Tombstone, Arizona Territory, was surrounded by both beautiful and forbidding land into which men often mysteriously disappeared.
Any mail, Bert?
Just your pension check. It's a good thing we get that check of yours every month. We wouldn't be able to operate this hole.
Yeah, it's been anything but a jackpot. Bert, give me a tenth of what I paid for my share of the mine, and I'll go back east where I belong.
Deal's a deal, Cooley. We'll hit pay dirt.
I'm tired. I want out. $300 a month for the rest of my life? What do I want with more? I'm getting out if I have to give it away.
You ain't running out on me. We're partners.
Not in this yarn. I'm leaving, Bert. I won't hold it against you for misrepresenting the mine.
You ain't going nowhere.
What are you going to do?
I figure to collect $300 every month. Now, give me that check.
You can't cash my checks.
I can write your name as good as you can.
Sheriff Clay Hollister was returning to Tombstone. He heard a distant shot. Could have come from any one of the wild canyons. Many mule deer in the mountains. It could have been a hunter. He rode on. An actual account from the pages of my newspaper, the Tombstone Epitaph. This is the way it happened, in the town too tough to die. Tombstone Territory. Late afternoon, August 12, 1881. I had a pretty visitor. Oh, Clay! Clay?
Oh, Harris, what is it?
Come in a minute.
What's trouble?
No trouble that I know of. Miss Nancy Cooley, this is Clay Hollister.
Miss Cooley.
Hello, Mr. Hollister.
Miss Cooley just came west from Philadelphia to locate her uncle, C.J. Cooley.
Oh?
He's my only living relative. He came to Tombstone for his health. How is he?
Oh, well, I haven't seen him recently. He spends most of his time at the Jackpot Mine. He seldom gets into town.
His partner, Bert Foster, usually gets the supplies and picks up the mail.
What kind of a man is Mr. Foster?
Oh, he's a gold miner, an ex-cattleman.
I'm worried about my uncle. He hasn't been answering my letters recently.
Well, that is kind of funny. I've heard him speak of you many times, how he'd like to do something for you if things went well.
Have they?
Well, sometimes old Mother Earth doesn't like to show us where she keeps her valuables hidden.
Mr. Hollister, can you help me get to the mine?
Well, I'd be glad to, but it's quite a distance. It's a little late to start today. I'll get a rig and pick you up tomorrow.
Thank you both. I'll be at Russ' house. Thank you.
Goodbye, Miss Cooley. Ex-cattleman. Well, I guess there's no point in telling her that you arrested Bert Foster for cattle rustling a couple of years ago.
No point. Besides, nothing was ever definitely proved.
Well, a lot of dirt never gets cleaned up. Bert never forgave you for that.
never forgave myself for not getting him convicted. Be good seeing Bert again.
It'll be good to see Nancy again. Beautiful girl. Of course, you could send her out with one of your deputies. But I guess our sheriff likes his sheriffing.
You could be right.
Cheated you, you old buzzard.
Call again. You back again so soon, Bert?
Had to come in for old Cooley. Fill this.
Yeah, usual sack of flour and sugar, work pants size 38, pound of jawbreakers. Cooley and his sweet tooth, eh?
And a box of 45s.
And a box of 45s. I'll get it together.
Hello, Bert. Just coming out to your place.
What for?
Cooley's niece is in town. She wants to see him.
I never heard of any niece.
I thought I'd take her out.
Well, if she wants to see old Cooley, she'll have to wait till he gets back from prospecting. Maybe a week, maybe longer.
Oh? You're not working the jackpot?
Well, that's none of your business, Sheriff. But it ain't unusual for old Cooley to go out looking for new diggings.
Here's everything on Cooley's list, Bert. Jawbreakers and all.
Jawbreaker?
Cooley has them set out by the bushel.
Well, Bert, what do you want me to tell the girl? She may still want me to take her out and have a look around.
Don't, Sheriff. If you don't stop meddling in my affairs, you may just give me the excuse I've been looking for.
You all ready for the trip?
Mm-hmm. I want to see more of Arizona. It's fascinating.
Oh, that's good. And it won't be a waste of time even if we don't see your uncle.
What do you mean?
Oh, Bert said that he'd be gone for a week prospecting.
Prospecting? Well, that really worries me. Unless his health is improved, he wouldn't be able to stand it. He doesn't need the money.
Well, I heard he sunk quite a chunk of it into the mine.
He still has a pension check, $300 a month for life.
That makes him a very valuable asset to Bert.
Oh, it's beautiful.
What, that sign?
No, Arizona. Complete freedom.
Kobe! Hop! Come on! Hop, 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 hop! Oh, Kobe! Could be he doesn't know who we are. You stay put. Hold your fire, Bert. It's Hollister. I'm coming in with Miss Cooley.
Come ahead.
Well, pitch the rifle. What's up, babe? Oh, babe.
I didn't know it was you, Sheriff. You could have got yourself killed just like any other trespassers.
Well, you're either a bad shot or you're lying.
Has my uncle returned?
No. I told you it'd be a week, maybe longer.
Maybe you'd like to leave a note in the bunkhouse, Nancy.
I'd love to.
Go ahead.
Seems just like Mr. Foster says.
Yeah, looks that way.
I guess I'm foolish to worry about my uncle.
We better get back to Tombstone after I have a talk with Bert.
Clay, why doesn't Mr. Foster like you?
Well, we had some trouble one time. Come on.
Satisfied?
Yeah, I'm satisfied that Mr. Cooley isn't here now. But it seems to me that if a man were going prospecting, he'd sure let his partner know where.
Where do you think he went?
Well, why don't you ask him when he gets back? I ain't curious.
When he does get back, tell him I'm waiting in town.
Well, he doesn't go to town anymore. Trip tires him out.
Oh? But he's still strong enough to go prospecting for a week.
Well, that's different. When you're after gold.
Yeah.
Anyway, miss, when I see him, I'll tell him.
Don't you mean if you see him?
What are you trying to say, Sheriff?
All I'm saying is that if Cooley doesn't show up soon, I'll be back to find out why.
August 15, 1881. 2 days passed with no sign of C.J. Cooley.
Hi, Harris.
Clay, I've become very interested in Nancy Cooley, too.
Oh?
Well, after all, I am a reporter.
Yeah.
Look at this. I asked her to let me see the last letter she received from her uncle.
And?
I thought there might be some clue. Well, nothing of real importance in any of them, just this one line.
I don't know whether the jackpot will pan out or not, but I'd better stay with it as I'm getting too old to look for new diggings. Yeah, I see what you mean. So you're a pretty good reporter.
Yeah, I know. But Bert Foster isn't telling all he knows.
Yeah, I'd already figured that out. Let's take this over to the bank. Mr. Bradley, did Bert Foster cash Cooley's pension check here a couple of days ago?
Well, he does it often. Anything wrong, Clay?
Maybe. Have you still got the check?
Yeah, it was going east in the mail today. Let's see.
We suspect a forgery, Jim.
Looked all right to me. Took for granted it was Cooley's signature.
What do you think now?
Does looking mighty wobbly. Let's check it against his signature when he opened his account. Here, someplace. Here it is. Well, now. Does look kind of fishy at that.
That's enough to go on.
Had we better tell Nancy what we suspect?
Oh, his niece. I saw her right out that way this morning, just as I was opening the bank.
Clay reasoned that if Bert had murdered Cooley, he wouldn't hesitate to kill Nancy. Gravely concerned about her uncle, Nancy Cooley had rented a horse early that morning and started for the mine alone. She had a good 3-hour start when Clay rode out in a race against time and death. Noon, August 15, 1881.
Where's the sheriff?
Oh, I thought it best to come alone. Knowing there's bad blood between you two, I didn't tell Clay I was coming. Mr. Foster, I've got to know about my uncle.
I told you he ain't here.
But you must know where he went and if he's all right.
Just what are you after? His money? It's all sunk in that mine. This pension check ain't gonna do you no good, because that stops when he dies.
It isn't his money. I came west to be with him, to help him if he needs me.
I don't reckon he needs you.
He does if he's ill.
Old Cooley's the last one in the world who would need a doctor.
Why do you laugh?
Oh, it just struck me as comical. Slip of a girl like you riding all the way out here alone just because she's worried about her uncle. You don't ride very well either, do you?
Why? What about it?
That horse might run away with you. You'll get lost. Miss Cooley, how would you like me to take you to your uncle?
That's why I'm here.
Can't do no harm. Tell you what you do. You go in the bunkhouse and get that sack of jawbreakers while I get a canteen of water. Sure took your time.
I was looking for anything else my uncle might need.
I'll put those in my saddlebag.
I can manage them.
You'll have your hands full with the horse.
I'll manage if you'll help me up.
Where'd you get this?
I thought my uncle had forgotten it.
Old Cooley never used a gun. I even forgot he had one.
farther.
It won't be long.
Where's my uncle?
Get down. I'm going to take you to him.
You're lying.
That's right, I'm lying.
What's happened to him? Tell me.
He's dead.
Dead.
Now I'm going to have to kill you, too.
But why?
There's no one will know, and old Cooley's pension checks will keep right on rolling in. Of course, I'll make it look like an accident, like your horse ran away and you hit your head on that limb.
Let it go, Bert!
Let the girl come out.
Come in and get her.
You've already got a murder charge against you, Bert.
You can only hang me once.
Come on out or I'm coming in after you.
Come on in, but don't shoot. I'm out of shells.
Look out, Clay. He has another gun.
You old son of a gun.
Thanks. I better get him back to Tombstone. I'll come out tomorrow and pick up your uncle's things.
I'll come with you.
Cooley moved up to Boat Hill.
Yeah, I'll send the boys out tomorrow. Your uncle always said he wanted to do something for you, but I'm afraid he didn't leave very much, just these and a jackpot without any gold in it.
He did something for me. He brought me to Arizona.
Do you really like it?
Then you're not going back to Philadelphia.
There were a lot of people there, but I was all alone in the city.
Well, I'll ride back.
Whistle me up a memory, whistle me back where I wanna be, whistle a tune that'll carry me to Tombstone territory. If your past has run afoul of the law, it's a handy place to be, 'cause your future's just as good as your draw in Tombstone territory. Whistle me up a memory, whistle me back where I wanna be, to Tombstone territory.
Tombstone, Arizona Territory, May 31, 1885. Wait. Jake Conroy's back in town. I just saw him.
So?
The talk is he's back in town to kill you, since you were the one who sent him up.
Well, never expected to catch the two of you together. Must be my lucky day. Oh, Jake, I understand you're going to call me out.
Don't listen to gossip, Hollister. I'm not here to kill anybody.
Oh? Prison changed you, huh?
Yeah. Clybourne, I want to run an ad in the paper. One of those one-liners. Expert wheelwright wants job.
You? A wheelwright?
I learned it at Yuma. You going to run the ad or not?
Sure, I'll run it. I'm all for any man who wants to go straight.
And Hollister, if any joker wants to blame me for something again, you know better, see?
An actual account from the pages of my newspaper, the Tombstone Epitaph. This is the way it happened, in the town too tough to die. Tombstone territory. The morning of May 31, 1885 got off to a fast start. A man had been shot and killed on his way to work.
Find anything? Yeah, just that Bert was on his way to work. The killer waited for him to get by and then shot him. Must have stood over there.
How do you know?
Well, the ground's all mussed up, like he got fidgety waiting.
Well, here's a slug Doc Cunningham took out of his back. Not much to go on.
Great. Can't be more than a couple of 138-40s in town.
Old Bert Henry. Who'd want to kill him?
Maybe Harry Dunbar can give us something to go on.
Looks like some folks are in for a spell of waiting for that baby. Also looks like I came to the right place at the right time.
Haven't I seen you before?
Maybe, maybe not. The point is, I'm a wheelwright. You need one bad.
Oh, no, I don't. I've got the best man in town, Bert Henry.
Well, Bert's not working here anymore. Somebody gunned him down.
Bert?
It was in Hollister's office when he was shot. Word is spreading all over town. That's why I thought...
Oh, Harry. Well, you didn't waste any time getting here, I see.
Somebody's got to take the fellow's job. Might as well be me.
Got any idea who shot him down, Clay?
No, not yet. All I know is he was ambushed on his way here. He died in Doc Cunningham's office.
Why would anybody want to kill Bert? He didn't have much money. I remember you now. You're Jake Conroy. You're a gunslinger. Well, I don't want any thugs around my place. Shove off, Conroy.
Now, Mr. Dunbar, I wouldn't take that tone. You're in a jam. You need me. Hollister, tell him I'm in the clear.
That's right, Harry. He was in my office when it happened. He couldn't have done it. He was telling me that he spent his time up at Yuma learning to be a wheelwright.
I don't think that I could ever trust an ex-con.
Mr. Dunbar, have you ever been in prison?
Of course not.
Then you don't know what it takes for a man to buckle down and learn a trade late in life. To tell himself he's going to go honest and above board.
All right, Conroy, I'll give you a break, but I warn you, the first false move and you're finished.
It's a deal, Mr. Dunbar. And in a week, you'll be begging me to stay. Well, let's see here.
Dunbar handles a lot of important business. Stage line, couple 3 mining outfits. Now Jake Conroy's working for him.
Oh, what's that got to do with anything? Don't you believe his story about going straight?
I don't know. Wheelwright is murdered. Jake's a wheelwright. So he steps into the dead man's job.
Well, you know Jake couldn't have done the killing.
Yeah?
I think we have to give him a chance.
Kind of like recommending Billy the Kid for president of the First National Bank. I'll feel better if I check on him.
Don't seem work to me. Looks like a fair to middling job.
What do you want?
George West been in? The West Consolidated Mining Company?
What about him?
When he comes to town, he leaves his buggy here. Saw him on Allen Street.
Know a thing about it.
Well, you work here. You know the customers.
I'm not in the habit of giving information to strangers. Now get out of here. Come on.
What's the trouble?
Get out.
What was it, Jake?
Just a bum asking questions. I didn't like his looks, gunslinger type. Look, told you I'd have her finished by quitting time. Give me a shot.
Hello, Mr. West. How do you do? Bartender, I'll have another drink at the table. Mr. West. Not till I had my say.
All right, what is it?
Remember me? Holby Jones. I used to be a miner. Before you accused me of stealing silver or before you had me sent to the pen for something I didn't do.
Well, this is preposterous.
You're gonna pay for what you did to me,
All
Mr.
right,
West.
head for the street.
I ain't packing a gun. You are.
I can fix that. Now, are you going to go out in the street? I ought to break you in two. But I'm a peaceable man. I'm giving you one last chance to go out in the street.
You ought to break me in two, but you're yellow.
Somebody better go for the sheriff.
Yeah. Let Hollister pick up the pieces.
All right, Jake, you're under arrest.
What for? I didn't do anything. He started it. I had to protect himself.
Don't give me that. Let's go.
Just a moment, Sheriff. He's right. That man mistook me for somebody else. He accosted me. This man stepped in on my behalf.
Thanks, Mr. West. Thanks. I got in trouble a few years ago. You know how lawmen are. Once they get you pegged, they hate to see you come unpegged.
Mr. West, you want to prefer an assault charge against this man?
No. Just lock him up and let him sleep it off for the night.
Real high and mighty, ain't you, Mr. West?
Let's go.
Good man, Hollister.
The best. Guess I'd be suspicious of everybody, too, if I had his job.
I'm grateful to you, Conroy. If ever you need work, come around and see me.
Thanks. But I'm working for Harry Dunbar right now. I'm a wheelwright.
Wheelwright?
I noticed that buggy of yours. Anytime you want it fixed, bring it around. I'll treat it right.
All right.
Be seeing you, Mr. West.
Conroy, your gun.
No, thank you. Don't know why I wear it. I guess we've got to protect ourselves in Tombstone. We found that out.
We did find it out.
Thank you. sure like to get my hands on whoever did that. You better report it to Hollister.
I intend to. First, I have to be sure if you can repair it.
You gotta make it like new. It'll take a while.
Now, how long?
Well, the rest of the day if I rush.
I have a payroll I have to get out to the mine.
And Dunbar can lend you a rig for that. And then when yours is fixed, I can return it and pick up the other buggy.
Fine. Fine. That's real service.
My pleasure. Now let me handle this and you go get Hollister. Maybe he can nail that vandal.
Right.
Hello, Jake.
Hello, Hollister.
Anything you can tell me about Mr. West's buggy?
Yeah? 2 spokes busted, done with something heavy, I'd say, like a sledge. Straight grain dash. Nothing but the best for this job. You know who did it, of course.
No, you tell me.
The Hobie Jones.
Maybe.
Well, no maybe about it. Takes a bad man to break up something as beautiful as that buggy. And you learn about a man when you fight him. He's a bad one. Much like a twin sister, huh?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know? You ever see a better matching job?
I wasn't talking about the spokes. I was thinking about something else.
Something else?
Yeah. I'll see you later.
Save the leather, hop in.
It's about time. You come by way of Tucson?
Not there, on the floor.
Nobody's gonna see me way out here.
We're not taking any chances. I've got the sheriff looking for you, remember?
You have to do that. You have to tell him I was the one who busted West's buggy.
Lie down. All the way.
Ah.
Boy, this is sure a sweet running chariot.
Just another buggy.
You ought to be glad everything's running so smooth.
It ain't a bit smooth down here.
Oh, just think of Mexico. Wine, women, and money. We'll be living like a couple of caballeros.
I still got lumps from that fight. I've had the dirty end of this job all the way.
That's because you're not educated. You should take up a trade like me.
Oh, it's the report from Yuma on Jake Conroy. Well, what do you know? Jake was a trustee. Exemplary conduct, learned a trade.
At least he gave us a straight story.
Released May 1st along with an inmate by the name of Red River Tom. Left Yuma together heading east. Uh-oh, listen to this. 5'11", slim, dark-haired, 32, speaks with a slight southern accent. Remind you of anybody? That story I gave you for the epitaph. Conroy's fight in the Crystal Palace with a stranger.
Hobie Jones.
Or Red River Tom, according to Yuma. These days, thugs change their name like you change your shirt.
Well, then if Conroy knew Jones, that fight in the saloon had to be staged.
Uh-huh. But you gotta go back one step further. Hobie killed Bert Henry so that Jake could get into a key job. Then the fight set Jake up with West. So naturally, when West's buggy was vandalized, he'd go to Jake. Let's get to Dunbar's.
Harry, where's Jake?
Oh, he's out, delivering the buggy to Mr. West.
At the mine, I suppose?
That's right. He'll be back soon.
No, Harry. Not unless we drag him back.
Hello, Mr. West. Brought your buggy back.
It's fine. Fine. Finished early, didn't you?
Had to. Got traveling to do.
I begin to see it now.
Just do as you're told and nobody will get killed. Put the payroll in the sacks. We're going to take charge of it for you.
That wasn't necessary.
Yes, it was. Truss him up, Hobie. Make it fast. You've got to move. We'll take the good buggy. We're rich now. We're not going to ride in a livery stable rig.
How about the guard at the gate?
The boss will be driving. Hobie will be on the floor. I'll be beside you. Any false moves and you get 2 slugs, one in the back and one in the belly. Now, let's go. You can pull up right here.
Someday they're going to catch up with you. If I have my say, you'll hang.
Pull up, I said.
Oh! Up!
Now go on, get down.
So you can put a bullet in my back.
What's a murder charge against you? Get down. Now start huffing it. Only take you a few hours. Yeah.
We better trade this tramp for a pair of fast horses. Get rid of this fine buggy? Not a chance.
Running out of road.
Look, I know what I'm doing. Once I drove a herd down this trail, clear to Mexico. When the guard gets to town, Hollister will be aboard the fastest horse he can find. Look, who planned this? You did? Everything's gone fine so far, huh? Yeah. All right, then. Time on foot. Get out and walk then. Hollister will be gaining on us. Look, we got a long lead. Hollister can't sprout wings. More like it.
That's the one you were supposed to fix.
I told you to knock out a couple of spokes, not weaken the whole wheel.
No matter what I done, it's up to you to fix it.
It's up to you to fix Bird Henry, not to kill him.
Right, all right. We're just jabbing at each other. We gotta get out of here.
When you were harping about riding horses, now's your chance.
Carriage snags and no saddles?
Shut up and help me unhitch.
Guard him, Harris.
I never buck odds when they get too big, Hollister.
Dead.
Too bad. 3 men could do a lot with 50,000. How about splitting it 3 ways?
You can never make it come out even that way, Jake. Harris, get his gun.
Oh, I'm glad you're a good shot. That was close.
Close for Jake. If I'd had more of a target, we'd have had another dead wheelwright.
Hold it here. That judge hauled off and threw the book at me.
You got off easy. You deserve the rope.
Yeah? I'd be in Mexico right now buying and selling judges like him if it hadn't been for that buggy wheel.
Cheer up, Jake. Takes time to make a master wheelwright. You'll have that time up in Yuma. The rest of your life.
Whistle me up a memory, whistle me back where I wanna be, whistle a tune that'll carry me to Tombstone territory. If your past has run afoul of the law, it's a handy place to be, 'cause your future's just as good as your draw in Tombstone territory. Whistle me up a memory, whistle me back where I wanna be, to Tombstone territory.
1880. The deadly sound of a six-shooter in the hand of the desperado had become almost commonplace in the West. Men were shot down, robberies committed, and bands of marauders and renegades roamed the small frontier towns, looting, burning, and plundering. And when the bandits were captured, they were often turned loose because witnesses feared to come forward. This made the lawman's job, the job of keeping law and order in the community, almost impossible. Tombstone, Arizona Territory, October 20, 1880, early morning.
Help me. Help me. I can't make it. My leg. Help him.
I'd be glad to help him.
Chalky! Chalky! You murdered my brother! You dirty, filthy...
What happened?
Well?
Didn't anybody see anything?
This one's still alive, Clay.
Barney Dager. And brother Chalky. This is really going to be rough on their sister. Give me a hand.
An actual account from the pages of my newspaper, the Tombstone Epitaph. This is the way it happened, in the town too tough to die. Tombstone territory. Clay Hollister, sheriff of Tombstone, had gone in pursuit of the gang that had robbed the saloon, killed the owner, and left two of their own members behind, one dead and one dying. The gang had vanished, and the witnesses to the crime refused to come forward to identify the killers. Later the same day, mid-morning, October 20.
Whoa! I'm Sherry Dager. My brothers, where are they?
Chalky's dead. Barney's in the cell in the back. Doc Cunningham's with him right now. Wait here. I'll see if it's all right. Is he well enough to see his sister? Miss Dager?
Barney.
How is he, Doc?
Bad. He's ready to be a undertaker's guest now.
Will you do me a favor?
Anything you say, Clay.
Keep Chalky's condition under your hat.
Be careful it doesn't explode in your face. I don't know what you got planned, but don't count on Barney. He won't be around that long. I'm sorry I had to hear that, Miss Dager. Real sorry.
I'm sorry, too. If there's anything I can do to make it easier for you.
You can let me take him home where he belongs. I don't want him to die in jail.
Barney's a member of a gang who robbed and killed the saloon keeper this morning.
And he's paying for it with his life. First Chalky and now Barney. Let me take him home, please.
I'm sorry, Miss Dager. I can't do that.
Why? What difference does it make if he dies here or at home?
Might make a lot of difference.
To who? You?
Yes, to me. And to you, and maybe the whole rest of the town.
I don't care about the rest of the town. I only care about Barney.
Yeah, I know. That's the problem. Nobody around here cares about anybody else. And people get shot down in the street every day because of that. Well, maybe Barney can help me put an end to it.
Barney?
He owes something to the territory. Let him pay his debt.
He's dying. You talk like this?
When a man helps to commit murder and robbery, it makes him a criminal. It's my business to understand that. It's your business, too.
Barney's not a criminal. He's young. So is Chalky. They made their mistakes, but they didn't mean anything. They would have straightened out.
Yeah? Well, tell that to the saloon keeper.
He was a gambler. He was as bad as the others. A man who took advantage of drunks and fools.
But he was a man with as much right to live as anybody else. Barney and Chalky helped to take that right away from him. Look, Miss Dager, you can't excuse some people and not others. If you do, the law becomes meaningless.
If it treats everybody the same, it is meaningless. And if you think that way too, you're meaningless. You're just an empty shell of a man standing on a mountaintop. Well, I hope it gets lonely there.
You ever stand all alone on a mountaintop, Quint?
Sometimes that's the only place where a man can think. Yeah, I've been there.
I think I'll go over to the epitaph and see Harris. Keep an eye on things, will you? Keep everybody away from him.
Including his sister?
She isn't everybody. Fastest issue of the epitaph I ever got out. Thanks to you, I don't get to sell a single copy. Just so long as the story sells. And I think our buyer just got here. Who is he? I think he's a member of the gang. If he is, he'll be a direct line to the others. You planning on following him? I mean going after them? No, Harris, I haven't got any proof. Besides, after that article, I think they'll be looking for me and Barney. And I'd rather have them here than me there. Yeah. Judging from the looks of him, I don't blame you. I think you sold your story.
You and your fancy knife throwing. Maybe you need a little more practice.
I hit what I am, Paul.
Yeah? Barney's recovering. He's going to identify us. It's all over the front page of the paper. Never leave a wounded man behind to testify, he says. Too bad you didn't use the knife on Barney, too. Go ahead.
No. When the odds change, I stop playing. Now, let's talk about Barney Dagan and his sister Sherry.
Killing a woman is where I draw the line.
Killing? Who said anything about killing? There's some people who are far more useful alive. Mistake is one of them. And this editor fellow might very well be another. I'm quite sure he's a pillar of Tombstone society.
You touch the editor and you're a dead man. Hollister will come after you.
Exactly, but he'll have Barney with him. Now, if the editor means so much to Hollister and to the town, I'm quite sure they'd be very glad to exchange Barney for him.
Yeah, well, how are we going to get the editor to come here?
We'll persuade him one way or the other. And then we have to pay a little visit to Miss Dager. She has to persuade Hollister to exchange Barney for the editor. Or we kill the editor. Of course, unfortunately for him, he'll be dead as soon as it's all over. But then, so will Barney. Then there'll be nobody left who will dare offer to testify against Dirk Padella again.
Yeah. Yeah. Mr. Cliven?
Yeah?
Now listen carefully. There's a gun trained on you across the street. Take your time. Turn around slow. And look up toward the roof of that building. There's two more besides that one on the street. Mine, and another one near a Dunbar stable.
What do you want?
He'll be covered all the way. Go to Dunbar's, pick up your horse, and ride out of town. Past Fremont first, and wait. And don't look for help from your friend Hollister. We waited for him to make his afternoon rounds. He's on the other side of town.
And you came to my ranch to tell me that?
I thought it was easier than having you visit me where you might be followed.
And if I don't persuade Clay Hollister to make the exchange?
Then Barney will probably die. Oh, no, I won't kill him. I like Barney. He's a good man. But if he stays in jail, state's witness or not, he'll undoubtedly swing for the murder of the saloon keeper.
I don't believe you.
That's your privilege. There's one other thing. If the exchange isn't effective within 24 hours, your esteemed editor is going to be dead. Let's see what he has to say about that.
Don't do it. He's lying. They'll kill me anyway.
Now, I presume that you'll talk to Hollister?
October 20, 1885. A long day. And a day Sheriff Clay Hollister and the citizens of Tombstone would never forget.
He isn't anywhere in town, Clay. I've looked everywhere. If you were going somewhere, he would have told somebody. Left somebody in charge of the office. He usually does. Where are you going? Over to Dunbar's. If he was going to leave town, he had to go by horse or buggy. Maybe they know something about it.
I've got to talk to you.
All right, go ahead, talk.
Not here. Oh, please, Sheriff. It's about Barney and the editor.
All right. You said you wanted to talk about Barney and the editor?
They're holding the editor hostage.
Who? Who's holding him?
The men in the gang that Barney and Chalky belong to.
Where are they now?
I don't know. They came to my ranch. They had Mr. Clybourne with them. They said that if you didn't exchange him with Barney, they'd kill the editor.
What is it, all they said?
No. They said that if Barney stayed in jail, he'd hang for the murder of the saloon keeper.
Is that why you've come here?
I saw what they did to the editor. They beat him, but he's still alive, and I think he will be until they're through with him. I remembered what you said this morning about nobody caring about anyone else. And I suddenly realized you were right. I was wrong. Barney and Chucky were wrong. And now an innocent man is suffering because of it.
And that's why you came here?
Yes.
All right. You tell him I'll make the exchange, but on my terms. I'll have Barney at Chalky's funeral at Boot Hill Cemetery tomorrow. Tell him to have the editor there. That's where I'll make the exchange. Now I think you better see Barney.
Boot Hill, huh? Yeah, we'll be there with the editor. You know, he almost came back last night to see you, but decided against it. My friends are afraid of ghosts in the dark. We decided it'd be better in the daylight where we can see as well as being seen. And for once, I'm very glad I agreed with them. You look much better dressed like that. Softer and sleepy. I like it.
Thank you.
I shall be seeing you again.
I'll be looking forward to it. This morning. Boot Hill.
That's right. I'll be there. We'll all be there at poor Chalky's funeral. Good day, ma'am.
Hardly seems right somehow. Going to a funeral to pay your respects to the dead, wearing guns.
Well, those guns keep a lot of people from paying their respects to you. I guess that's about it. You ready?
Yep.
Let's go.
It's a trek. Barney ain't with him. Where'd you expect him to be? Dancing a jig in the streets?
It's his brother's funeral. Barney's where he should be, in the buggy with his sister. Untie his hands. Take the gag out. We wouldn't want Hollister to think we've been mistreating his friends, would we?
Wait here.
I don't see Barney.
He's here, just like I promised you.
In the buggy?
No, in the hearse. Barney's dead.
Too bad. Clear. Havana tobacco. Rolled especially for me.
You could have lied to me yesterday about Barney. I'm glad you didn't. I'm glad you told me then that Barney was dead. It helped make today a lot easier. Thank you.
No, thank you. In a town just full of people depending on other people, you were the only one who offered to help. That might make it easier from now on. You know, I'm going to be thinking about you. That might make me feel a little bit less like that man standing alone on his mountaintop. Well, you sure got your faith in human nature restored fast. Stick around. A couple of years you may be old enough to understand.
Whistle me up a memory, whistle me back where I wanna be, whistle a tune that'll carry me to Tombstone territory. If your past has run afoul of the law, it's a handy place to be, 'cause your future's just as good as your draw in Tombstone territory. Whistle me up a memory, whistle me back where I wanna be, to Tombstone territory.
July 24, 1883. Tombstone, Arizona Territory.
Harris? Quint? Clay, I'm glad you're back. There's something you ought to know. Fine, in a minute. First, I want you to meet somebody. This Gay Monahan, Harris Clyburn, head of the Epitaph. This is my deputy, Quint. Miss Monahan? All right, Smokey, line him out. Here. Clay. Miss Monahan's a lawyer from the East. He's come out here to practice.
Well, welcome to Tombstone, Miss Monahan.
Thank you.
Miss Monahan, we'll stop by my office first. I'll take you over to your rooms at the Russ house.
Clay, listen,
I got you covered, Big Jim. Stand right where you are. Don't move any closer. Keep your hands away from your guns. Now, you're going to eat these lies you gave to the paper about me. You're going to take them back. What's it going to be, Big Jim? This or this?
It's going to be either one.
Are you on his side, too?
I'm not on anybody's side.
That includes your side, too, mister.
Now, you stay out of this, Clay. I'm warning you.
I want to see you down at the office. Harris?
Come on.
Who knows, Sheriff? You might have just saved my life. It was Feeney's life that I was trying to save. I don't know you, mister, but I think you should know that in Tombstone we like even odds, especially in a gunfight.
account from the pages of my newspaper, the Tombstone Epitaph. This is the way it happened, in the town too tough to die. Tombstone territory.
All right. Maybe I was a little overly excited at first, but I ain't excited now, and it's about time you got back from where you've been. I want you to arrest Clyburn here and Big Jim Gerson for printing them lies about me.
Feeney, I was quoting Gerson. That's my duty as a newspaper man. That doesn't mean I hold with his views.
Well, listen to this. Big Jim Gerson, president and principal stockholder of the Congress Mine, has dispensed with the services of Feeney Spindler, mine superintendent, since the strike was made 3 years ago. Gerson returned for the first time in 2 years from the east, where he's been making his home, to investigate an alleged slump in the ore output from the Congress. No charges will be brought to bear. What, that's the same thing as calling me a thief.
Possibly slander and libel.
What was that?
Nothing. Just thinking out loud.
Besides, there ain't been no slump in the output from the Congress. I ought to know. I've been there myself all the time.
You know, Feeney, what you need's a lawyer, not a sheriff. Miss Monahan here just happens to be one.
One what?
A lawyer.
You mean she's a female lawyer?
If your statements are factual, Mr. Spindler, I would suggest you're serving Mr. Gerson immediately with a writ, ordering a cease mining operation until you can arrange for a hearing before the board of directors of the mine.
You would?
Yes. And mind you, I'm speaking as a registered member of the Vermont Bar.
Bar?
The Lawyers Association. And one of the finest in the country.
Why don't you leave it that way?
Sir?
I guess most men like girls with curls.
Well, I am not interested in what most men like, Mr. Clyburn. I adhere strictly to the rule, never mix business with pleasure. If you're interested in retaining me, Mr. Spindler, the writ will be ready first thing in the morning.
Well, I don't know. I ain't never seen a lawyer before who didn't wear pants. I mean,
Your meaning is quite clear.
All right. It's a deal. You're hired.
Fine. Sheriff?
Ma'am?
If you will bring a witness, preferably someone not associated with the law, you can call for the writ in the morning.
Yes, ma'am.
Good day, gentlemen.
I ain't never caught much of women myself. That's why I never got married.
It occurs to me that a bachelor misses something.
Well, take a look at that, would you? You know where that ice wagon's been? Up to the Congress, that's where. After returning from 2 years in the East, Mr. Gerson has to have his ice every day. Yes, sir.
Gerson has a private supply of ice stored in the ice house for his own use exclusively.
That ice house is practically overflowing with it.
Ice. Grown man like Big Jim Gerson taking his drinks mixed with ice in them. It's downright improper.
Harris, there's no need for both of us to go in. I'll just go see if she's out.
Oh, Miss Monahan is up. I'll just wait here and watch and listen.
Uh-huh. Morning.
Why, I must look a sight. It took longer than I planned. Almost all night, in fact. Oh, you'll have to have this court approved. Just any presiding signature will do.
Any presiding signature?
Yes. Oh, I mean a judge. Just any presiding judge. Sheriff? Is there something the matter?
No, nothing I can think of, ma'am. It's just your hair. I kind of like it this way. Good morning, ma'am.
Sheriff, well, I often wear my hair this way. Well, I wouldn't want you to think that I had rearranged my hairdo just for you.
Yes, ma'am.
Clay, wait for me. I'm going along. Don't tell me there's a law again, because I know there ain't. I just want to see Gerson's face when you serve that writ on him.
All right, let's just get this approved.
Clay Hollister, you make me sick. Why don't you let me shoot?
Well, mostly because you're a bad shot.
Want to see Gerson? Come ahead!
Sorry, Sheriff. Just a warning shot. Didn't know it was you.
Not much you didn't know it was us. I'd like to see you flat instead of upright right now.
Yeah. There's going to be no trouble. I told you that before. And the first person who starts it will answer to me.
Bravo, Sheriff. Spoken like a man of conviction. Oh, you are a man of conviction, aren't you, Sheriff?
I'm convinced about some things. Others I let ride until they're proven. I'm hoping that this will help prove something.
Feeney, you're stale. Not old, just stagnant. Why, you haven't grown with an idea since I first met you. As far as I'm concerned, you or any other man without growth might just as well be dead.
Well, I'll show you how dead I am.
No.
Harris. Mr. Gerson, ideas don't always help a man grow. Boot Hill is just full of small men with big ideas.
Here comes the ice wagon, Mr. Gerson.
It's a long, dry ride back. Before you go, perhaps you'd like a drink, chilled with ice.
That's where I'd like to see you, Gerson, on ice. Hey, don't keep that gun-happy squirrel of yours away from me. That's where he'll end up, on ice. I'll see to it personally.
Perhaps some other time.
There'll be another time.
Looks like maybe Newton was wrong.
Newton?
Yeah, Sir Isaac. According to his theory, a wagon with ice should make a deeper track than a wagon without ice.
These tracks leading out are deeper.
Maybe Newton knew what he was talking about.
July 25, 1883.
Shall I send for Mr. Gerson?
I already have. Come on, I can't get in with you standing in front of it.
Down here, Sheriff.
Yeah, he's frozen to death. Must have been there all night.
I was in town. I heard you were looking for me.
Yes, I'd like you to make an identification.
Dusty. Frozen solid.
Must have been hit on the head before he was deposited here.
Dusty's a good man. Have you arrested Feeney yet? Now, both you and Clyburn were there yesterday when Feeney threatened to do this.
I don't usually arrest a man just for making threats.
Oh? But you do arrest people for murder, don't you, Sheriff?
Usually.
Good. Then you can detain Feeney. You can also tell the prosecution that I'll be at the trial as a witness.
But this whole thing's a frame-up. I tell you, I'm innocent.
Mr. Spindler, you are merely being detained, not arrested for murder. But if you don't stop shouting and help, it's just possible that you might hang.
I tell you, I'm innocent.
There it is. Let's go.
Bird. Come on down. Mid the line.
You know, you don't look so well, boy.
Why? I feel all right.
Oh, well, a lot of people feel all right, and then just like that, they're gone. But you needs a little rest. We're going to see that you get it.
Sheriff, what can I do for you?
Bird's Gray isn't feeling too well. I'm helping him out with his ice delivery.
Now, that's real nice of you, Sheriff, but we don't need any ice today. Still got plenty left over from yesterday.
You sure?
Mm-hmm, quite sure.
Well, then maybe you'd like something delivered back to town?
No, nothing, thanks.
Anytime. What do you think? Of course, the tracks are lighter since we dumped the ice, Clay.
Yeah. Seems like this is the first time Gearson hasn't had something delivered back to town. Something heavier than ice.
All right, Burge, let's go.
Come on, open it up.
Clint, take that side. I'll go down here.
You won't find anything in here, Sheriff.
For your sake, I hope you're right. Don't anybody go for guns, or you'll die a little sooner.
Let me see your back.
That's close enough, Sheriff. Drop your gun, Bill. The pick. That large center block of ice, chip into it. Full of silver ingots? Like the Sphinx, I thought my secret was safe.
It was, up until now.
There's more over here, Clay. That's right, Sheriff. A great deal more. Enough to retire for a lifetime in style. 2 lifetimes, matter of fact. You see, I'm meeting a very charming lady in Mexico. I can't waste much more time. Kelly, get that stuff loaded.
But what about afterwards?
Oh, afterwards, it's going to be very cold, but you ain't going to feel it, Verge.
I won't feel it.
Now, with the door shut, it's soundproof in here. Now, you're going to have to die sooner or later, Verge. Take your choice.
Please help me, Sheriff. I had nothing to do with this killing. Please help me.
Ain't no help, Verge.
Well?
Well. Do you mean to say that you've had that in your trunk all the time?
You see, I thought it was important for me to prove myself as a lawyer. But I've discovered it's equally as important to prove myself as a woman.
Care for a postgraduate course?
Maybe. If I have time.
Time?
Yes. A friend of mine is arriving. Pemberton Brockway III. He's from home.
Army?
No. Military school. Uniforms are exciting, aren't they? You give up awfully easy.
Give up? I'm just wondering where I could get a uniform.
Some people don't need them.
Slider, you look like you just lost your best friend.
Who needs friends? Hey, Quint. You don't happen to have a uniform, do you?
No, why? Hey, you aren't thinking of joining up, are you?
No.
Whistle me up a memory, whistle me back where I wanna be, whistle a tune that'll carry me to Tombstone territory. If your past has run afoul of the law, it's a handy place to be, 'cause your future's just as good as your draw in Tombstone territory. Whistle me up a memory, whistle me back where I wanna be, to Tombstone territory.
Tombstone, Arizona Territory, June 3, 1883. Well, getting all ready?
Yeah.
Need any help?
No, thanks, Harris. I'm all packed. Yeah, I guess I won't be needing this for a while.
Stop looking so glum. You earned this vacation the hard way.
Vacation. You know this is old Doc Cunningham's idea. You'd think to hear him talk that I didn't have another good hand.
Look, you've got a good deputy with two hands. You've never taken any time off before, so why don't you just relax and enjoy it?
Yeah. Well, remember, though, if you need me for anything, I'll be staying at the Travers Ranch in Tucson, convalescing.
Tracy meeting you there? You may decide to convalesce forever. Well, give her my best.
All right.
An actual account from the pages of my newspaper, the Tombstone Epitaph. This is the way it happened. in the town too tough to die. Tombstone territory. Tucson, June 4, 1883.
What'd you hurry, mister?
Wanted to beat the stage into Tucson. Can make it?
Mm-hmm. Like a couple of minutes. You had Keel, ain't you?
That's right.
They gonna hang Willie?
They already did.
Well, I kind of figured it would. What I read in the Tombstone paper. Can't say as I'm surprised, though.
Stick around, Sheriff. You may get a surprise yet.
Don't forget what happened to Willie.
I don't plan to forget.
You got enough to do in your own town, Hollister?
How you doing, Ike?
Stop one, huh?
Yeah. Say, you haven't seen Tracy Travers around here, have you?
Tracy?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's her buckboard over there by the post office. Picking up her mail, more like it.
Thanks.
You staying in Tucson?
Yeah, Travers' house. Why?
Well, this town ain't run like other towns. I run it nice and quiet and peaceful like.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm here.
Well, don't make it too long. Word gets out that you're here not wearing a badge, every gunslinger in Arizona will come here looking for you.
Well, don't you worry, Ike. If there's trouble, I'll protect you.
Bills. They're all bills.
Miss Travers.
Clay!
Easy now. Pick on somebody your own size.
Your arm, I forgot. Oh, I'm so sorry.
I'm not. Care to try again?
Clay, absolutely not. Look, you're an invalid. You're actually a convalescent.
Oh, you haven't changed a bit.
Your arm's getting better, isn't it?
Yeah, Doc says all it needs a little rest.
Now, that doesn't sound very convenient. Just wait till Father sees you. He's going to compare that arm of yours to all the wounds he got to get. You big... Oh, why don't you watch where you're going?
Oh, I'm sorry, miss. You should take better care of your boyfriend.
Well, you deliberately walked right into
That's
him.
all right, Tracy. There's no harm done.
You're, Clay Hollister, right?
That's right.
I owe you something, lawman. I'm going to pay up now.
Come on, Clay, let's go now.
No, honey. Let's hear what the man has to say.
The rest of my talk comes out of a gun.
Clay's just trying to bait you. He knows that your gun arm is useless.
You're always ready to shoot when you're wearing your badge. How come you're not interested now?
All right, outside.
Clay, no. You've got no right to challenge a handicapped man that way.
That's right, honey. Take good care of him. Big, brave sheriff from Tombstone can't hide behind his badge. He has to hide behind a woman.
Now, this is just what I mean. Nice, quiet, peaceful town. You show up and the dust starts dancing. Come on, get out of here.
Well, I'll try to see that it doesn't happen again. Now, who's your nice, quiet, peaceful citizen?
Oh, that's Ed Keel. Willie Keel's brother.
Oh, I see. I bring in Brother Willie, so he decides he wants to settle the score, huh?
Well, he figures that if you hadn't brought him in, Willie probably wouldn't have gotten hung. Can't say as I blame him.
Sheriff, for heaven's sakes. Willie Keel shot down 2 innocent men in cold blood, and he was a killer. What do you mean?
Now forget about it, Tracy. Come on.
You know the trouble with you, Hollister? You've been getting too much attention in Tombstone. You're getting so you can't get along without it. I think...
Sheriff Downey, I think you talk too much. Addition to the Travers family.
Quite a family.
Oh, Father and I have wonderful plans for the ranch, Clay.
Oh.
Just wait till you see what I've done to the house. I completely redecorated the place with my own 2 hands. I painted the walls, I scraped the floors, and I made brand new curtains and slip covers. And I even embroidered a beautiful new lace wagon wheel for the buckboard.
Sounds wonderful. You embroidered a lace what?
Mr. Hollister, your thoughts were 1,000 miles away.
Oh, ma'am, just a couple miles back.
With that big oaf in the post office, I suppose? Now, look, Clay, will you forget about him now? You're not a lawman anymore. You're on a vacation. You've got no badge, you've got no worries, and you just don't have time for troublemakers.
And as long as I'm not wearing that badge, he's going to be campaigning for a showdown.
But you can't accept any challenges. Your right arm is useless.
All right. Now show me the ranch house with embroidered wagon wheels and all.
You know I expect a complete set of overwhelming compliments about my decorating. Now, you realize that, don't you?
Naturally. You're a woman.
Now, Chris, the living room curtains aren't exactly the color that I wanted.
Tracy.
And the slipcovers could fit a little more tightly.
What about the windows?
Sure. I washed every one of them this morning, just for you.
I think you kind of overdid it.
I can't believe it. How could it happen, Clay? Why did it happen? You see, I told you they didn't fit.
Honey, where are the ranch hands?
Out with the cattle. I guess they would. Dad? Dad? Oh, no. Oh, no.
Help me get him on the sofa, Tracy.
Clay, I think he's coming around.
The other rooms haven't been touched. I'll take a look around outside.
Tracy?
Right here, Dad. Now, just lie still. You'll be fine.
No. Can't lie still. I gotta get that fella. I gotta get him.
Did you know who he was, Mr. Travers?
Hey. Who's that?
It's Clay Hollister.
Clay? Oh.
Yes, sir.
Oh, howdy, Clay, howdy. Hey, Clay, that fella get you too?
Oh, no, sir. I got mine someplace else.
This is a fine welcome we give our house guest. You know, Clay, Tracy's a much better housekeeper than this as a rule.
You just lie easy. You'll feel better.
I can't lay around on my shoulder blades all day. Come on, Tracy, give me a hand up. Give me.
No.
Well, all right, I'll do it myself. Maybe you're right. I haven't felt this bad since
Gettysburg.
Shiloh. I got hit in the back of the head with a rifle at Shiloh.
Oh, Dad, wasn't it the bayonet wound in the arm?
Then it didn't happen. Yes, I wasn't.
He's feeling much better.
I feel awful.
Sir, can you tell us how it happened?
Clay, I just came in here. I was going to do some bookwork and see him, and then this fellow was in here, and he was smashing up the furniture, and he was breaking the windows and tearing the curtains.
What did he look like?
Oh, he's a big man. Big he was, yeah. It looked like he might have been a saddle tramp, maybe renegade. Anyway, it was somebody didn't get around to a wash basin very often. Oh, and he had a kind of a sort of gritty voice, you know.
That sounds like your friend, Clay.
Friend? Oh yeah. He knew Clay all right. He kept saying I'm fixing the place up for Clay Hollister. That dirty coyote. Oh, look what he's done to us, Tracy. All of your work, all of your hard work.
I'll find him, Mr. Travers.
He'll do no such thing.
I didn't hear any. It was a smashing and a busting things up, and I couldn't do a thing to stop him, not a thing. He just kept laughing at me and then pushing me around. And then I was going to go in there and get my rifle, and that's when everything stopped. Just like Gettysburg.
Shiloh, Father.
Mind your manners.
Clay.
If you'll lend me a horse, I'll be back in a little while.
Oh, you're not going anywhere without me. You've got to help me get Father to the doctor right away.
What are you talking about? I don't need no doctor.
Well, I think you do.
Just talking about it. Just got a little old headache. I never felt better in my life.
Look, I'll ride into town and bring the doctor out here.
Oh, but there's not time for that. Now, no arguments, Father. We've got to get you there right now. Come on, Clay.
Oh, this is a bunch.
Come on.
Anytime you want to settle things, Hollister. Anytime at all.
That's him, Clay.
I'd like to take a horsewhip to you, you yellow coward, you. First things first, old man. Hollister's on the top of the list.
Clay, please don't let him do this to you. Clay, you haven't got a chance with your arm like that.
Don't turn around. Drop the gun. Now!
Attempted murder, assault with a deadly weapon, breaking and entering, destroying personal property. That ought to be worth about 5 years. Where's your horse?
Over there.
Move.
You know, I don't need a doctor anymore, honey.
You're still going, Dad.
No. That's the best cure I ever did see. I tell you, I never felt better in my... Drive easy.
We'll see you at the doctor's office later, Clay.
It won't be long.
You're stepping a little out of bounds, ain't you, Hollister?
I'd like you to arrest this man, Ike.
You take your prisoners in Tombstone. I'll take them here.
Now, look, if you need formal charges, Tracy and her father will sign them.
What charges?
Attempted murder, assault with a deadly weapon, breaking and entering, damaging personal property.
He's just trying to put me out of his way, Sheriff.
You scared him, Clay?
Yeah, I'm scared stiff. Now, you're going to lock him up, or aren't you?
Look, no pipsqueak sheriff from another county is going to tell me how to run my
I'm not
town.
talking as a lawman now. I'm a private citizen. If you don't do your duty as a sheriff, you're liable for citizen's arrest. And I got your whole nice, quiet town as my witness.
Well, I still need charges. And I need them signed.
Well, if you can write them, I'll sign them. Left-handed.
All right, I reckon you're under arrest. Come on.
Well, yeah. How'd everything go?
Fine. Never felt better in my life.
Oh, doctor said it was just a bad bruise, nothing more.
Yeah. There's a smart young fella in there.
Huh?
Oh, yeah, Clay, he used to be an army doctor. Yeah. Yep, he fought at the Battle of Shiloh, too.
Oh? He remember you?
No. No, he, of course, I did most of my fighting around Gettysburg.
Clay, did you get Keel locked up?
Ah, yeah, much against Downey's better judgment. He wants you folks to drop down there and sign some papers.
We'll do it, but I still say you should have gunned him down when you had the chance to be...
I'm on vacation.
Well, but...
That's right, and look, while we're here, why don't you have the doctor take a look at your arm?
It's a good idea.
Yeah.
Right now?
Well, there's somebody in there now, but when he comes out, we'll go in.
All right, honey.
Good.
Might speed things up.
Yeah, sure. Oh, sit down here. It'll only be a short wait.
Well,
Hollister giving you a hard time, huh?
not near what I'm going to give him.
I don't know. You're dealing with a pretty big man. Built up quite a reputation in the territory. You don't seem right, though. First your brother, now you.
Well, you were helping him. You did what he told you. You locked me up.
Had to. Formal charges. I got other ideas about taking orders from the sheriff of Tombstone.
What do you mean?
I mean, I may be able to let you out of here if we can reach an agreement.
What kind of an agreement?
Well, Hollister ain't the law here in Tucson. I am. I like the town nice and quiet. If anyone has something they want to settle, I want them to settle it fast. Then I want them out of town.
You got an agreement.
For your information, I'm always within the law. I got you a lawyer. Here's your gun. Wouldn't want to send you out on the street without one, the way he feels about you. Besides, a man's got a right to protect himself. Oh, your horse is out back. I didn't have time to unsaddle him.
Clay. Just take a look out there.
Clay, you just stay right in here. He'll get tired of waiting outside.
You want to bet? Clay, give me one of your guns. Go on, give it to me. I haven't had a gun in my hand since Shiloh.
Gettysburg?
No, Shiloh. That's where the real fighting was. Give me...
What are you doing?
I'm getting cured.
Oh, Clay, please don't. You're in no condition. You're in no condition to go out there like that, Clay.
Well, you can't even wiggle a trigger finger. You couldn't...
Well, the muscle's just a little bit bruised.
Oh.
Bruised? It's in shreds.
Look at that. Go on, let's see you wiggle that trigger finger. Go on.
I'll wiggle it for Mr. Keel.
Clay.
Take real good care of your prisoners, Sheriff.
His lawyer showed up with a writ of habeas corpus. I had to release him.
Really? Get that writ mighty quick. The courthouse isn't even open yet.
Well, it isn't exactly a writ. It's an application for one.
You let him go without a judge's signature?
Time-saving device, you understand. In the interest of justice.
Sure.
Thought you had a bad arm.
Did you?
You just came from Doc Wells' office, didn't you? He fixed that arm up. Kill!
You want to see me about anything? Well, there's a funny thing. I could have sworn that you wanted me for something.
No, Hollister. I don't want to see you about anything.
I was so scared.
Yeah, honey. So was I. We better go see if that doctor's busy. Could use a new bandage.
Sure.
Sheriff! Just a minute, I want to talk to you.
You know, I'm bringing charges against you, Downey, for neglect of duty and for conspiracy and for aiding and abetting and for anything else I can think of. You have been an accessory to his crimes. You've been a helping keel with both hands.
Boy, that father of yours. He must have been a real wildcat at Gettysburg. Or was it Shiloh?
Oh, deep down inside, I think he would prefer Tombstone. So would I.
Harris, welcome back.
Thanks.
Arm any better?
Oh, about the same.
Well, then why didn't you stay away longer? Don't you ever think of your health?
Yeah, that's why I'm back on the job. I will never take another vacation if it kills me, and this one almost did.
Well, I guess some people just never learn to relax.
Whistle me up a memory, whistle me back where I wanna be, whistle a tune that'll carry me to Tombstone territory. If your past has run afoul of the law, it's a handy place to be, 'cause your future's just as good as your draw in Tombstone territory. Whistle me up a memory, whistle me back where I wanna be, to Tombstone territory.
Tombstone, Arizona Territory, November 9, 1883. A quiet, peaceful day. The Sheriff Clay Hollister wasn't lulled by the quiet. From experience, he knew it could be the quiet before a storm. And the storm was brewing a few miles away in the town of Quartz Hill, where Marshal Vern Fawcett was taking one of the notorious Holcomb brothers into custody.
All right, Holcomb. Up. I said up.
You sure you want me to do this, Marshal?
I'm sure. Now get up.
I'm going to make you a deal. He'd forget all about this. And don't worry about that tin horn that said I did the killing. I'll take care of him. And then I promise you, Marshal, on my honor, nothing will happen to you.
What are you talking about? Do you think...
I don't think anything, lawman. I know. You just don't go around locking up one of us Holcombs. Especially Braid Holcomb. Didn't you hear about that back in Tombstone?
Yeah, I heard about the Holcombs a long time ago. Now let's go.
And you're just not acting real smart, Marshal. Are you?
We'll see. Now move.
Once you lock me in that jail, you're a dead man. I'm not fooling with you. I'm telling you straight.
I'll take my chances. Now get in there.
You're not taking any chance. I just gave you the only one you're gonna get. Marshal! Open it. And fast! But you heard about the Holcombs. I warned you, nobody locks us up. And when they do, they gotta know more than you do. I'm gonna kill you, Marshal. Move.
An actual account from the pages of my newspaper, the Tombstone Epitaph. This is the way it happened, in the town too tough to die. Tombstone territory. November 10, 1883. The news of the killing of Braid Holcomb by lawman Vern Fawcett had just hit the telegraph wires.
Morning, Harris. I guess the normal greeting for a newspaper editor is, any news?
When you're answering a sheriff, the reply usually is, it looks like there's trouble.
Uh-oh, what's that?
Dispatch from Quartz Hill. Vern Fawcett arrested Braid Holcomb. Holcomb apparently tried to escape. Vern killed him.
Oh, killing anybody is unhappy business, even for a marshal in the line of duty.
It must be, because Vern turned in his badge yesterday. Quit cold.
What, just because of the shooting?
Dispatch doesn't say. Just says that Holcomb's two brothers and their cousin are out gunning for Vern right now.
I didn't think Vern had run.
I don't know. They seem to think he's heading back to Tombstone.
I hope not. That could mean trouble for his family.
Yeah, family feuds come easy for gunslicks like the Holcombs.
And for some nice people, too, like the Fawcetts.
What do you mean?
Well, Vern's brother and father come to a boil a lot quicker than some people. And if the Holcombs start riding them...
Yeah, you're right.
I'd best go out and talk to Ben and Gabe.
Good. I'll go with you. My horse is down at the livery stable. Why don't you pick me up as you pass that... Didn't waste any time getting here, did they?
They're gonna waste less time leaving. Wait here, Harris. Hunk? Tip? I guess this must be the cousin, huh? You boys have come to town looking for trouble. You can stop right here.
You mean that bushwhacker Fawcett? Even he wouldn't be fool enough to come here. Everybody knows this is where his family lives.
Then why have you come to Tombstone?
We thought we might mind our own business. You ever try that, Sheriff?
Yeah, once that I can remember. Isn't that why two of you spent last spring in jail here?
Yeah. Put on 6-7 pounds. Just eating, doing nothing.
Well, you go right on doing nothing. Because if you do anything, you'd be lucky just to wind up in jail.
Sheriff, you'd be surprised just how lucky we can be.
You got until dark to clear out and stay out.
And if we don't?
Then your luck will run out. You've got less than 5 hours.
Trouble?
Could be. I'm gonna ride out and see Gabe and Ben. I'll be back as quick as I can. You keep an eye on them, right?
It's the sheriff, huh?
So it is. Haven't seen Clay in quite a while. Well, good seeing you.
Gabe, Ben?
You looking for something, Sheriff?
Oh, no, just noticing your hand. For just the two of you, you do a real good job. You know, if I had a spread like this, I'd quit my job so quick it'd make your head spin.
Maybe, maybe not. The lawman in our family don't feel that way.
Maybe Vern does. When was the last time you heard from him?
We got a letter last week.
Clay, there's something on your mind.
What is it? You don't know?
Know what?
Vern turned in his badge yesterday.
Do you know why?
All we know is that he quit his job right after he killed Braid Holcomb. And Braid's two brothers and his cousin are out after him.
You saying Vern yellered out?
I'm not saying anything.
You're sure hinting it, though.
Ben, please. You figured Vern came back, huh?
I just hope that he hadn't.
Don't worry. The Holcombs show their ugly faces around here. They'll get them blown clear off.
Holcombs are my problem, not yours, either of you. Is that clear?
Listen, if they come gunning for us or Vern, then the only thing
Don't get so all fired excited, Ben. You already seen the Holcombs?
They're around. And if Vern shows up, I want you to keep him out of sight.
You mean hide like he's scared? Maybe you think he is.
Clay, you're the law here, but you gotta do something fast. If we get in trouble with the Holcombs, we'll blow them clear into the next county.
You remember, Gabe. I've warned you.
Come on up to the house and see if your brother's at home.
They didn't even know what had happened. What about them?
They're still in the Alhambra.
Probably stoking up on Dutch courage.
Yeah. Think there'll be trouble even if Vern doesn't show up?
Even if. I hope he's 1,000 miles away from here by now.
Something wrong? You two look like you've just seen a ghost.
Maybe we have. Name of Vern Fawcett?
Ex-Marshal Vern Fawcett had returned to Tombstone, and a welcoming committee comprised of the Holcombs was waiting for him just across the street.
The way you two jumped when I came in, I thought maybe I'd done something wrong.
You have, Vern.
Wrong? In resigning?
Coming back to Tombstone.
I put his horse out back, Clay.
Thanks.
Why? I've got as much right to be here in Tombstone as the next man, even more.
Maybe he doesn't know what happened since he quit.
You think they ran me off? The Holcombs?
Something did. What?
I'll tell you what. That star that you're wearing. A badge that gives one man the right to gun another one.
It also makes a very good target. Men get killed wearing it.
You shot men, Clay. I never did. You squeeze that trigger. You feel that gun jump in your hand. You watch a man as he crumbles, sprawls. Then you hear that rattle in his throat.
Vern.
Yeah?
The Holcombs are across the street right now, just waiting to get even. We're lucky they didn't see you when you rode up.
You mean you're letting them stay?
Not stay, just wait. Look, I don't like killing any more than you do. Killing or being killed.
Clay didn't want to do anything until he was sure you and your family were safe.
Where do you think you're going? Over there to face 3 guns? Are you prepared for that?
I'm going to ride out to the ranch. Maybe stop by and tell Sally I'm back.
Sally?
Sally Reed, my girl.
No, you're not. You're going out that back door and you're going to make tracks for Tucson.
Run out now when I know they're here?
I think that's what you want too, Vern. Look, it happens to everybody one time or another. Something about seeing another man die makes you sick. But there's nothing to be ashamed of in getting buck fever.
No matter how I feel, I can't run out on Sally, or my dad, or my brother.
You're not running out, Vern.
You just ride to Tucson. Sit tight. I promise you I'll talk to Ben and Gabe and make them understand that you're doing it for their sake.
And if I won't?
Then you're going into one of those cells. Protective custody.
Don't you mean you're going to have to put me in?
You want to make a break? Go ahead. Try it.
No. I can't, Clay.
All right. Now, once you get to Tucson, you wire me. You'll be back in Tombstone just as soon as the Holcombs leave.
Road to Tucson goes by the crossroads to their ranch.
I know it. I'll make sure that he goes right on past. I'm going to follow him. I'm going to talk to Gabe and Ben. And once they know that he's in Tucson, they may follow him. Until we're sure that the Holcombs really are gone. Oh, and if they start making trouble, try to stall them until I get back.
This is driving me wild. We just can't go on waiting here forever. Here's your gun, Pa.
Get your own gun cleaned. If he's not here by the time you're ready, the two of us are going into town. We're not going to let him face 3 guns all by himself. All right, let's go. We'll cut across to the back road.
The back road, Pa?
If they are waiting for Vern or us, I don't figure to ride into a trap.
You're right. Maybe surprise will help us when it's 2 against 3.
Could be 2 against 4 if that sheriff gets in the way. Nobody's going to hang around gunning for us or Vern. Come on.
Let's sit down. I'll go take a look.
Anything?
No. We're running out of time.
I thought you were so sure that tin badge would run out and tell his old man we were here.
If they're waiting for us, we're sure not going to disappoint them. One more drink and we'll start riding.
Gabe? Ben!
Get a gun. Gabe! Get back here! I'll cover you! Ben!
Looks like the Holcombs will be staying in town after all. She was alive.
You were right, Clay. Buck fever's like anything else. Give it the right medicine and it'll burn itself out.
Gabe! Well, how you two fellas doing?
Well, Ben's fine, just a little nick.
Huh? Doc Cunningham says I can throw this thing away pretty soon now.
Well, I got a fair exchange for you. I got one of these, says deputy. I'll trade it to you for that cane.
No thanks, Clay. I think I'll see how good I can do with a rope and a branding iron and Sally if she'll still have it.
She better have you or the whole Fawcett tribe will come after her roaring for trouble.
All I ask is when she says yes, you tell me. The epitaph can use a social, civilized item for a change.
Well, so long, Bill. All right.
Whistle me up a memory, whistle me back where I wanna be, whistle a tune that'll carry me to Tombstone territory. If your past has run afoul of the law, it's a handy place to be, 'cause your future's just as good as your draw in Tombstone territory. Whistle me up a memory, whistle me back where I wanna be, to Tombstone territory.